Just,
Okay, so before we start the presentation, our digital team has our tradition, sun selfie. So I'm going to take a selfie with all of you.
She always takes selfies.
Yeah. Yeah, before we start.
So smile, everyone.
Yeah. Oh. Everyone smile. 1, 2, 3.
All right, that's done.
Yeah, that's done. Okay, we can start.
Okay. So maybe we start with a small introduction. Who are we? And just very briefly, we work at Aurecon, consulting engineering company, 7,000 people strong, and we are part of the digital team, and we work in a digital operations team, which basically means we are developers.
Yes.
So just very briefly from my end, I've always been passionate about web development, UI, UX design. Also, I'm a keen soccer player, and usually I play on Tuesdays. And probably my team is playing right now, so you can see how much dedication I've got for this meetup.
Hello, I'm San. I'm a developer working with Jakub right next to him, sitting next to him, using his mouse and everything.
That's okay.
I just started golf, so that's my passion. So today we're going to talk about what we do at Aurecon, how we work, and also Jakub is going to talk about the rapid prototyping part, and also at the end we will give you the wrap up of what we talked about with example of what we're working on. So Aurecon, we have a motto of bringing ideas to life. You will see it every single. You will see it on every single presentation, Aurecon, and also this one including. So at the at the corner, you also see the bringing ideas to life. So this was chosen 2 years ago when we brought new CEO Guillaume, and our digital team released digital platform called Aurecon Greenhouse, aka Aurecon Kickstarter, to align with our strategy, so our ideas and initiatives become more visible and more transparent to the business. So people submit ideas to this platform, and then it goes to the proposal stage, and it gets, once the ideas has a business value, they're all good to go, then it gets supported, prototyped, and then scale up if it's to the bigger prototype or go into the lessons learned box. So next one.
Yep.
So where do we fit in? So ideas generated in the greenhouse, and then this digital ideas get selected by the digital futures team. So we have a digital futures team here today. Please wave at audio. Please wave.
There's a few.
Yeah.
The guy with the beer over there.
Yeah. And then when it's supported by the digital futures team, it comes to us, and we start rapid prototyping and to test the idea. And when the idea is good to go, and when it's proved its value, then it scale up to the next level. So it goes to other developers to be into proper product or rebuild it. Yeah. So one of the best part of being in digital team is we are the first one to get to play with this new technologies, such as all the VR, AR, or 360 cameras, or different technologies we have. We are the first one who gets to play with. So what do we actually do? We do from software development to 3D visualization, so it can be VR, AR, anything. And we also do quick prototyping using single board computers, especially Raspberry Pi, plug in some sensors and test it. And we build the web app out of it, and hosting on the cloud services. And some cases, we develop the mobile apps too.
Yeah.
And the example we'll cover in the actual later on. Yeah. So rapid prototyping, but why we want to build it really rapidly. So The main reason is the digital disruption is here. So what a big buzzword in all the industries these days. So there was no exception for our engineering firm. So we have to differentiate ourselves from competitors in the market. So we had to present something different to clients to win the bid, win the job.
Yeah, and there's a lot of work coming from other countries. So we don't want to compete only on the price. We want to be more innovative.
Yeah. So to achieve this, digital solutions were the key part of it. So we test new technologies rapidly, quickly, and choose the best fit for us, best fit for our solutions. And we want to invest on the right product, on the right solution. That's one part of it, so we can deliver innovative solutions to our client in a certain time manner to make money at the end. So yeah. So rapid prototyping components, Jakub will cover that.
Thanks, Sam. So we recognize, to be able to deliver prototypes in rapid manner, we need to put few building blocks together. And I'll talk about them one by one. Unfortunately, I think Gretchen, actually Rick asked the question, who knows about Agile? Everyone raised their hand. So I believe I'll be explaining this to only one person who didn't raise their hand. But still, so out of 4 major concepts for rapid prototyping, Agile is one of them. And why we're doing this is because Agile allows us to mitigate the risk. So with the new things we're experimenting with and we're trying to see if it works, and we don't know if it's going to work or not, Agile allows us to actually limit the risk and also by the same token limit the cost invested in something which might not work potentially. We don't know that. So just very quick iteration of Agile. Short development cycles, 1 to 2 weeks. We really insist of having someone taking responsibility for being the product owner, having a plan of what we're doing, rough plan, but still having a plan, but not too rigid. So we want to be flexible what we're doing, change the direction need be every sprint. And actually we are a very small team which helps communication. So we consulting engineering companies, so our main domain is not software development. So probably that's why. And always we try to get some minimal valuable product out of the door for our product owner and eventually client. Moving on, rapid prototyping, fail fast. Probably a lot of people heard about that concept? Anyone has heard about this? Quite a few hands. I don't like the name, to be perfectly honest with you. I prefer, talking about fail fast as, trying and learning and eventually succeeding. But fail fast is easy to say, right? So probably that's why. So as you know, how often, the project goes according to the plan? What happens, actually? Anyone had that experience?
In one go.
That's what I thought. So yeah, it's not a straight line. It's always, there's always something happening. So what we're trying to do over here is we try to, and we have examples later on, try different things very quickly. And if they don't work, just put the lessons learned and then try some other thing, which we think might do the same thing for us. Until we actually get to the point when we can deliver what we were asked to do. So as you can see, you try again, we're failing, we're learning, and then hopefully we're succeeding. I found this quite interesting quote from Thomas Edison he said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." So I think that's pretty good. Positive attitude. That's very, very important. Also, I've seen some time ago quite interesting video about Google X company. Not sure if you know. It's called Moonshot Factory. And we're not there yet, but those guys actually, they reward their people for actually killing the project. If you manage to kill the project very quickly, that you're being actually getting a bonus, and it saves money for the company because they're not pursuing something which might not be possible. So that's that. Moving on, cloud strategy. I think everyone loves to talk about cloud. It's one of those great things. And actually, we do love cloud. We do love cloud. I mean, our IT department is busy. They have a lot of things to do every day. They have to maintain, our enterprise systems, business as usual stuff, get them running, resolve issues, timely manner. And probably the last thing they want to do is having digital team over their neck saying, oh, we need, this or that, give us quickly because we need to deliver something within the week. And they wouldn't appreciate that. So cloud is that great thing which allows us to actually get infrastructure in place very quickly. We can spin up new servers, databases, websites in minutes. Secure, as I said, we don't have a big team, and it's as secure as we obviously will make it secure, but per definition, cloud is secure. What they deliver to us, properly configured, is secure. It's self-serviced. It's flexible. We can increase workload on our service in no time, and it's kind of, we can choose from different platforms. Windows, Linux, you name it, no problem.
We can kill it quick.
And we can kill it quick. Actually, that's usually the problem, trying to clean up. And it's quite, I think, for a lot of purposes, it can be quite cheap. Not like maybe the next slide, which is quite of similar, you would think, but it's talking about specific services in the cloud. The main reason for this is we don't want to do a lot of things which have been already done. We quite often having, people coming to us and saying we need to visualize some data on maps or in 3D or, do some machine learning. And there's a lot of things out there which already do similar things. And for us, it's quite often to take certain components together and put them in something which is one thing which can deliver what our client needs. And again, it takes minutes to spin up, or get an access to certain services. We can concentrate on actually what is different. We can concentrate on something which hasn't been done, not the things which have been done. Those are the four major, I guess, pillars of our approach to rapid prototyping. And to give you a little bit of an example, live example, what we've done.
Not live.
Sam will be talking about one of our projects, Aurecon Smart Center.
Yeah, so Aurecon Smart Center is our very, very first, but still going project. So this slide shows you how it evolved from the start. So quickly talk about what it is Aurecon Smart Center was we wanted to explore and develop a user-centric smart building solution so we can increase productivity and collaboration by understanding people behavior in the buildings and providing smart spaces and smart personalized spaces. So the baseline of this project was to gather as much as data we can possible around buildings and people. So we start with IoT, investigating IoT technologies. I'll tell you different technologies we explore in the next slide, and then we apply that to the smart buildings, look at how buildings are operating. But we had a big break on the investigation because it was actually not easy to get into the building system and get data from the building system. We didn't know before we started the project. So there was a huge break that we were waiting and waiting. it's still waiting.
We're not really waiting anymore, but
Yeah, we're not waiting anymore. But so we slightly changed the direction and we focus on the people inside the building to achieve the smart buildings. So now we are looking at the building occupancies, how we can improve the quality of user experience inside the building using different technologies. And meanwhile, while we're doing the smart building piece, Jacob want another opportunity around smart bridges. So we applying this IoT technologies into realize the smart bridges. Yeah. So what different technologies we explored? So the IoT side, and it's pretty much the sensor side as well. The environmental sensors we deploy around the office to measure different things. So we start with Raspberry Pi and breadboard wiring. I one by one, I plug in the sensors and breadboarding and start prototyping and how it works with
see if it works.
You see if it works, test it. It only costs like $10. And then it took like 20 minutes to do it, and then we prove it's working. So I suggested Stuart, we needed something better. So it's done and I can deploy around the office. So we bought this plug and play type of sensor. So we can quickly deploy around the offices to measure different things.
And we had to print, the cases.
Oh yeah, we have a 3D printing challenge soon. So another technology. So as a part of this IoT technology, we explored the different IoT platforms. So Microsoft Azure IoT, IBM Bluemix, Amazon IoT platform. And we went with full Azure IoT stack. So our solution is built in the cloud using Azure services. And then afterwards, we had to write the code to make it Raspberry Pi talk to the IoT hub. So this is another bit different iteration. I start with ASP.NET, and then we move on to this drag and drop Node-RED, which was much easier. We didn't have to write any code.
There's a little bit, but yeah,
minimal amount, very quick to deploy.
We want to make it quick.
Yeah. So the smart building data side, we looked at the building management system, which wasn't ready to integrate with other systems yet. So, and then we look at the lift data, and then we also use another technology, computer vision on the cloud services. So we counted how many people are walking up and down the stairs in the office so we can compare with them how many people are using the lift. So this one we apply to different road projects to measure the traffic.
I think an interesting part is
on the road.
You use this image recognition actually to see how many people are actually using stairs, and this can be applied to anything.
Yeah. So, and then next was we also explored the indoor occupancy, different technologies. Start with the GPS. Realize a GPS for outdoor, not indoor. So you can't really track anything with a GPS. So quickly move on to this beacon technology. It was very hot boom. Everyone talked about beacon. So developed an app, put the beacons on the wall everywhere, and realized that to track the people in real time, the app has to be running all the time. So we're like, no one's gonna do it. No one's gonna volunteer to run out.
People don't want to be tracked somehow.
And drain the battery. So we quickly moved on, and we looked at the Wi-Fi signal tracking. So we captured the Wi-Fi signals.
Yeah, we
What was it?
we look at our access points around the building, and you probably all been there. You go to the shopping center, or even here, you can connect to wireless network, and
You've been tracked.
you can be tracked. The other dangers of that, but we use this to actually figure out where people are in certain, obviously, with certain precision, but good enough for us to see people flow around the building.
Yeah.
Probably within a second.
Also, we looked at the RFID technology, which was a bit expensive for us to test it, to deploy to the office. So we kind of maybe later. And then wearable is coming. It's on,
Fitbit and other stuff.
We
See if
ordered
people are stressed.
It's next to investigate. Exciting. Visualization. So somehow we need to visualize these data to quickly show like what we're gathering, what data we're gathering, and what it looks like. So personally, my favorite, Power BI. Quickly plug in data to the Power BI, which is a business intelligence tool, Microsoft. So, and then you can, it's pretty much drag and drop graph BI style. So quickly plug in the data, drag and drop it, and you can visualize data in 10 minutes. So let's quickly see what it looks like. So this particular one was a Bluetooth signal data. So I enabled all the Bluetooth on people's laptop secretly, and they don't know they're getting tracked, but I check secretly and visualize it on the Power BI quickly, and and it was that's how we move on to Wi-Fi.
Scared of you.
Wi-Fi, because we proved it's working, so we wanted to deploy to a bigger one. And next one is
that's the Wi-Fi visualization. So one of the things we try to do is always, when we have a project, we try to make it as attractive as possible. And there's also something we put together to basically you can run on your mobile device if you have one of those cardboard 3D glasses, or more sophisticated one. You just pop them on, you fire up the website, and then you can actually fly around the building and see how the connections are being made by people walking up the building. So that's what we try to do, make it as attractive as possible, because some data on its own, I mean, we can appreciate probably, but that way is better.
Pretty one.
Yep.
So if you have any things, then come and talk to us. There's a summary of our lessons learned.
You want to start, or
you start?
Okay, I'll start. Okay. So a few things. I mean, maybe I'll start with something which is not on the list. I was thinking about this, but I forgot. That if you actually work with rapid prototyping and you do a lot of stuff very quickly and on the clock sort of, and you don't know if they are even possible, things can get really hard, and you can get frustrated, and you can get confused. And I guess that's okay, because that's how it is. And that's it's important to work within that great team. We have a great team at Aurecon which can help you, and overcome some of those I call it blank days. But the important thing is to believe that the things can be done, even though you might not know how to do it yet.
And next one, focus on what it is main purpose of the prototype. There will be many bubbles pop up along the way, but just get rid of it and just do the things you were supposed to do. Don't worry about other things. You only have 1 or 2 weeks to deliver things you have to deliver.
Just cut out of the project anything which is not important. So if you need to test, that's like we did, with Wi-Fi, and the security is not important. For instance, for that project, don't worry about security. It will be done later. If other things are not important, say management console of some sort, you don't do it. You just concentrate on the main goal. Anyway, we talk about that. Not planning everything, to be flexible, to be open on ideas. And maybe junior developers can help with fresh ideas. They're always great. So yeah.
But you need a clear direction. That's the golden part of this. Yeah. You don't need to plan everything, but you need a clear direction. Also, next part was a look around. As we mentioned, people around us already worked on many things that we haven't started. So open source is a great thing. So have a look around. There will be something that's already developed. Reuse it, repurpose it, and prove it.
Yeah. And lastly, make a show. I mean, at the end of the day, what the product is prototype, right? Until it has funding and it has, approval from the stakeholders, it is not going anywhere. So make sure that you present it properly. You don't present tables with some numbers and expect people to know what you know. You just make it nice and sometimes colorful, or sometimes, something moves, or it's 3D, or whatever, you fancy. Whatever you can do within the limited time frame. So, thank you.
Thank you.